Hey everybody, it's Amanda from AmandaReads, and today I'm going to be doing a review for the latest book I have just finished. I got the audiobook through my public library of The Diviners by Libba Bray. It was the most amazing audiobook I've ever listened to. It was read by January Lavoie. This woman has an amazing talent. Not only is she a phenomenal reader and reads with emotion and keeps you on the edge of your seat, she literally transported me to the 1920s, and every single character she read for, she had a unique voice. It was just so well done. It was like a production. So I gave this book 5 out of 5 stars. I absolutely loved it. This is going to be the spoiler-free section where I can give you a basic overall idea of the plot and the characters. So in this book we have a lot of characters. Some are main characters, some are minor characters, but the protagonist of the story is a girl named Evie O'Neill. And this book takes place in the 1920s, and Evie is sent to New York to go live with her uncle for a little while. So she moves to New York and she's super excited. She loves the flapper lifestyle. She wants to be famous. She wants to get her name out there, and she thinks that this is the perfect opportunity to do so. Her uncle, Will, is the curator of a museum, and the museum has to do with the occult. Now, Evie is headstrong, brave, determined. She's young, but she's also mature in some aspects, and her uncle is kind of the opposite. He's reserved, he's more quiet and soft-spoken. He's also a bachelor, so he's lived a bachelor lifestyle. He's never really been in charge of kids until now. And his assistant is also a main part of the story. His name is Jericho. Jericho is very brooding. He seems almost self-conscious. He's very sensitive. He kind of takes everything in and just observes. We have Theta, who is your stereotypical flapper, and she's a showgirl, and she is awesome. I loved her character. She's just so spunky and outgoing and so mature at the same time. She's kind of reckless but knows when to quit, and I just felt like she was such a great addition to this story. And then we also have Mabel, who is Evie's best friend, who is the complete opposite of Evie. She's very self-conscious and shy and nervous, and she always wonders about what people will think of her. And so, yeah. Some of the character growth is phenomenal, though. We kind of see Evie tone it down a little bit. We see Mabel come out of her shell. It's really exciting. Shortly after Evie moves to New York, murders start happening around the state, and they happen in different areas, and they're happening to random people, seemingly random people, and it comes out that these murders may have something to do with the occult. So Evie's uncle is actually asked by the police department to help them try and attempt to solve the case. So she gets involved in solving the case along with Jericho and her uncle, and then she meets Theta, and Mabel helps, and so they all kind of intertwine. There are a lot of other minor characters who I feel like will probably come to light more in the other 3 books in the series. This book came out in 2012. The next book is set to be released in August of 2015. So just from the synopsis that I know of the second story, I'm thinking that other characters will be coming into play. But basically we're introduced to a lot of characters who are categorized as diviners, who are people who have special abilities, and some of them are used in this book. Some of them are probably going to be used more throughout other stories. The only thing I would really change about this story is its introduction. The introduction was a huge part of the story because it's how it all got started. However, I just felt like a little bit confused because those characters weren't actually the characters from the story. So the people that started the whole thing weren't the people that we read about after. And I got confused for a little bit because I wasn't understanding. Maybe I'm wrong, maybe that's not true. I don't know, I think I just kind of zoned out maybe in the beginning when I was listening to it. But seriously, if you are between reading, if you're thinking about reading this book, I don't think you should. I think that you should listen to it. I can't even describe and it's just like amazing. And this book was so well written. I mean, it talked about speakeasies, and the Hotsy Totsy was one of them, and it just was described so well. And when January was reading, I was just literally, you know, driving in my car, and I was just picturing this place, and I got such a great visual. Please pick it up if you really want to read it, or please listen to it. Like I said, I got it from my library free through the Overdrive app, so you should try and see if you can do that as well. It was so good. The book is almost 600 pages, I believe, so if that seems like a really big undertaking, just listen to the story. It is phenomenal, and like I said, I give it 5 out of 5 stars. So that's it for the spoiler-free section. So now we're going to move on to the spoiler section. So, I just have to talk about this. There were so many different powers, and like, is everyone a diviner? It was so good. I was trying to think about whose power I would rather have, and I think I would want Evie's power to hold someone's object and like see things about them. So we have Evie who can see things, we have Memphis who can heal, we have Isaiah who can like tell the future. I don't know if I'd want to do that. We have Theta who can burn things, we have Henry who can walk in dreams, we have the Chinese girl who can walk in dreams. What else? I think I'm probably missing some. This next book is about people who like are dying when they go to sleep. So that's really gonna probably focus on the walking in the dreams. So I'm super excited about that one. Anyone else get completely freaked out? This book was creepy at some parts, like terrifying. When he killed the little Irish boy, oh my God, I was like, it was really nerve-wracking, and I really didn't want him to kill him, but he did. Oh. Can we talk about Blind Bill for a second, who is the sketchiest character, and I genuinely felt bad for him at the beginning of the story, and then when he turned out to be a frigging psychopath, oh my God, he like basically almost killed Isaiah. Ridiculous. And then he's like electrocuting the crap out of him, and then everyone thinks he's a hero because he's a liar. So then he like gets more access to Isaiah, and I was panicking, so terrified that he was going to like electrocute Isaiah until he died when he was in the bedroom leaning over him. Oh my God, it was terrifying. And then when he put his hands on him, and it was after Memphis had healed him, and then he sucked up some of the healing power and he started to be able to see. If that man sees again, I feel like he's going to be dangerous and terrifying, and I don't understand why he's such a jerk. I just don't. Like, all for a lottery number. He won $200. Granted, it's the 20s, that's a crap ton of money, but what? I thought this guy was a nice guy. Like, what the heck? I also felt really bad for Evie at the end of the book when she had to bind Naughty John into her brother's coin. But I was also kind of confused by that when he said, like, you should talk to James, don't you want to know, all that stuff. And then she sees James in her dream, but I just felt like I wasn't 100% sure what was going on with that. Also, Project Buffalo confused me with Sam Lloyd's mom because Will was in on it, and I was confused because was Project Buffalo the thing that Jericho was a part of? If you've read this book and want to talk about it or have any questions or have any suggestions that were like this book for me to read, oh my goodness, please do so in the comments below. And I hope you enjoyed this review. Again, 5 out of 5 stars. This was phenomenal, and you should listen to it because January Lavoie is amazing and fantastic. So thanks for watching. Bye!